Welcome to Daily Buzz News.
Bribe in 3 envelopes for DJ Sumbody and Armand Swart's deaths, Big Five cartel boss Katiso Molefe and corrupt police boss exposed.
To look at this. It's a case docket, and we'd like your opinion regarding whether it is legitimate or not, because that was sold to an undercover operator for 3,500 rand.
Yeah, from the observation, it is a true docket.
Brigadier, this is a culpable homicide case. A child died, the driver was unlicensed. Does this concern you?
Yes. It's very concerning that you came with a docket and you indicate you got it.
The Madlanga Commission has unearthed a story that will send shivers down your spine, a story of 3 envelopes, brimming with bribe money, meant to silence the truth behind the brutal murder of engineer Armand Swart. But this isn't just about one man's death. This is about a network, a cartel of power, allegedly pulling the strings behind multiple murders, including that of Opa John Sefoga, who was popularly known as DJ Sumbody. Today, we delve into the explosive testimony of Witness A police investigator living under protection, who dared to expose the rot at the heart of our system, naming names like Katiso Molefe and Major General Richard Shibiri, and revealing a conspiracy that threatens to shatter public trust. It was in April 2024 when Armand Swart, a dedicated engineer working for Q Tech Engineering in Vereeniging, met a tragic end outside his workplace. After the shooting, police moved swiftly, tracing a suspicious Mercedes-Benz Viano that had been spotted on CCTV footage circling Swart's home and the Q-Tech offices in the days leading up to the attack. This vehicle became a crucial piece of evidence. Inside it, authorities arrested 3 men: Warrant Officer Michael Puletau, a detective from the Johannesburg Central Police Station, Musa Gegana, and Tleko Floyd Mabu.
They arrested 3 men, amongst them a 30-year veteran police officer attached to the Johannesburg Central Detective Branch.
The arrests unfolded dramatically. When questioned separately, Tau admitted he was supposed to be on duty that day but claimed he wasn't driving the Viano, even though it was registered in his name. 4 cell phones were recovered from the group, including a burner phone with no internet connection, designed to evade tracking. A licensed pistol belonging to Tau was found in the vehicle, along with a rim from the Mercedes and those 15 used cartridges wrapped in plastic. These items were sent for forensic analysis, but as the investigation deepened, signs of tampering emerged, casting doubt on the integrity of the process. The probe quickly expanded beyond Vereeniging. Searches led to additional scenes, one at Gegana's home in Bramley, where more evidence was gathered, and another in Kliprivia, where Mabusela was apprehended and further firearms were seized. Ballistic tests were initially conducted at the Silverton Forensic Center in Pretoria, but the report came back incomplete. It mentioned the firearms but omitted any analysis of the cartridges, failing to link them definitively to the suspects. Suspecting foul play, the investigators took the items to a second lab in KwaZulu-Natal for re-examination. Witness A later expressed his belief that this omission was deliberate, part of a broader effort to disconnect the accused from the crime. This suspicion grew from the overall pattern of obstacles in the case, including missing details that should have tied the evidence together more firmly. As the case progressed, connections to other high-profile incidents surfaced, revealing a larger criminal network. The same suspects faced charges in an attempted hit on actress Teboko Tobejene in October 2023. Tobejene, the former girlfriend of businessman Vusimuzikat Matlala, survived the attack, but Matlala himself was implicated and charged. Investigators linked these events to what KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi described as the Big Five cartel, a powerful syndicate infiltrating law enforcement and business circles. Among them was Katiso Molefe, a Sandton-based entrepreneur already facing charges for the 2022 murder of DJ Ne. The former girlfriend of businessman Vusimuzikat Matlala survived the attack, but Matlala himself was implicated and charged. Investigators linked these events to what KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi described as the Big Five cartel, a powerful syndicate infiltrating law enforcement and business circles. Among them was Katiso Molefe, a Santon-based entrepreneur already facing charges for the 2022 murder of DJ Sumbody.
To answer the question of the honourable member, I think it's important to look at that sketch that we put in the statement. You are asking who are these big fives. We can only talk about the big five of those that are already arrested and they are in court. Those that have not been arrested, unfortunately, we're not in a liberty to talk about them. You will see that the big five on this graph are those that are marked with red on that picture on the left. So that whole group, the only names that we are making it visible here are the two names. And that's a name of a Vusmuz Matlala, who's known as Cat, as well as Katiso Molefe.
Phone records and messages pulled from Tau's device painted a damning picture. Tau had been in direct contact with Molefe in the days before Swart's death, exchanging updates and even visiting Molefe's. After the killing, Tau messaged Molefe with a casual note indicating all was well. The investigating team of 5 detectives arrived in 3 unmarked state vehicles, only to face intimidation. Supporters attempted to photograph the officers inside the court, an act reported and halted. On the drive back, cars from the courthouse tailed them, trying to force them off the road. The team stopped, switched to the old Vereeniging road, and evaded further pursuit, but the incident left them on high alert. They reported it to their commander, who advised extra caution. Deeper interference soon became apparent. The team was summoned to a meeting at the Pretoria office of Major General Richard Shibiri, head of Heightened Crime Investigation Services. There, Shibiri warned that the suspects were tied to dangerous figures, including the late taxi mogul Jonathan King Mswazi, who died in January 2024. Msibi, known for his ruthless reputation in transport and alleged involvement in hits, was linked to Molefe and the broader cartel. Shibiri elaborated on the resistance the investigators would face from within the police ranks, urging them to protect themselves. Then came the revelation about the 3 envelopes, one for the investigators, one for the magistrate, and one for the prosecutor, all to ensure the suspect's release on bail. Witness A interpreted this as an indirect offer, implying knowledge of available bribes without directly presenting them. When pressed on what actions he would take against such corruption, Shibiri suggested opening an inquiry or registering a project to investigate, but no steps had been initiated. This left the team feeling exposed, with no clear guidance on handling potential offers.
Yes, what my question is, what is the purpose of a threat and risk assessment? Why is it done?
The purpose will be to assess the scale of threat that the members are faced with. And then maybe from there will be the recommendations that will be made by the personnel that will be conducting such threat assessment. Then actions will be taken from there, and then it will be usually it will be the recommendation that will say the members should be or must be provided with a certain level of security or protection.
And we're now in mid-May of 2024. Do you know whether a threat and risk assessment was done in respect of you and the other investigating team?
Yes, I remember that it was done through our office, and then we did sign a document, and then we waited for the results or the response thereof.
And did you ever receive the results of the TRA?
No, on this one we did not receive the feedback of the outcome of the TRA. We kept waiting without receiving any feedback.
And at that stage, who was responsible for preparing the TRA?
The TRA was prepared by our office. Colonel Gwena was assisting with the TRA at the time.
Colonel Mokoena,
That's correct.
which is your direct commander.
Yes, that is the direct commander, which will be termed as an immediate commander.
And did you inquire from Colonel Mokoena whether there had been an outcome, or did you just leave it at they will tell us when they need to report to us about it?
Yes, we were inquiring from time to time, and then I think he was waiting and we were waiting for a response to come back, and we moved on with our investigations.
Okay, so if I can then just go back to the meeting on page 14 of your statement at paragraph 43. I know that you had dealt to some extent with how you felt in the meeting and after you left the meeting, but could I just ask you to read paragraph 43 into the record, please?
Thank you, Commissioners. Paragraph 4.3 will read as follows.
It's 43 on page 14. Yeah, 43, sorry.
Yes, it is page 14, 4.3.
It's
We
40.
left that meeting feeling very concerned, not only because General Shibiri confirmed our fears that very powerful people were involved in the murder, but also because he had implied that he knew as a fact that there was a bribe ready for us if we were willing. Essentially, our most senior official had just informed us about a bribe in exchange for compromising the investigation in order to secure the accused person's release. It did not constitute direct enticement, but rather an either or kind of situation. In other words, there may be something for you, but it is up to you whether to take or not. That is the sense I got, which maybe will be translated that the sense that I made personally about the whole meeting with the general and what was discussed about the case, us being told about the dangerous people that we are dealing with, and then the envelope that was an offer, which I translated as being the money. And then I just got the sense that I didn't know what to make of it.
Thank you, Witness A. And then paragraph 44 as well, you did deal with some of it, but if you could also read that into the record.
Paragraph 44 will read as follows. I would not expect our senior to even have this conversation with us, but if he was going to, it would be to advise us not to take any bribes that we may be offered in exchange of compromising the investigation. He did not do so. In my view, even though he did not expressly say so, I left that meeting feeling that General Shibiri was firstly trying to find out what evidence we had that linked the suspects to the murder and how strong our case was at the time, and secondly, to bait us to see if we could be influenced, hence the reference to the envelopes being available. It seems to me that if we were not agreeable to take the envelopes, which was indeed the case, then technically he did not offer us a bribe, but he was merely informing us that there was a bribe up for grabs.
Thank you. And then paragraph 45 as well, please, Witness A.
Paragraph 45 will read as follows, but this left me with many questions. I was not sure if General Shibiri was associated with the dangerous people linked to the accused, as he put it. How did he know that those people are dangerous and have money, and that there are envelopes available? I had all these questions racing through my head, through my mind, but still wanted to give General Shibiri the benefit of a doubt, and I think actually that is what I did at that stage.
Thank you. And then at paragraph 46, you have now dealt with the TRA, and can I just find out from you, what was your sense of the safety, your personal safety at that stage?
The sense of the personal safety at this stage now, I could understand that we were faced with a risky situation in terms of the dangers that were imposed on us because of this investigation. And then I had a sense of understanding that we are really faced with a situation.
Tao's initial bail denial was overturned after he cited diabetes, a decision that aligned suspiciously with these threats. The team, now reduced to 2 after 3 members withdrew due to mounting pressure, requested and received security. A threat assessment deemed the risk high, leading to 10 officers assigned for round-the-clock protection. They even carried the case docket with them everywhere to prevent tampering. Ballistic links extended the investigation's reach. The cartridges and firearms from Swart seemed connected to other unsolved cases, reinforcing the cartel's involvement. Molefe's ties to Msibi and Matlala painted a picture of a syndicate pulling strings across murders, from DJ Sumbody's targeted killing in Gauteng to attempts on figures like Tobechane. Former spy boss Arthur Fraser had once claimed Msibi was hired for a hit on him related to a scandal involving President Cyril Ramaphosa's farm, though unsubstantiated, adding layers to the network's influence. This saga exposes how corruption seeps into the highest levels, where envelopes of cash can sway justice and silence truth. From the mistaken bullets that claimed Swart's life to the digital trails leading to Molefe and the indirect overtures from Shibiri, every detail uncovers a system rigged against the innocent. As the Madlanga Commission continues, these testimonies demand accountability, reminding us that hidden powers can manipulate even those sworn to protect.
Thanks for watching.